Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about why the music industry is trying to cancel Tory Lanez. Let's get right into it. After being independent for years, Tory Lanez rose to mainstream success after dropping his mega hit song Say It in 2015. This would be the same year he signed a major record deal with Benny Blanco's Mad Love Records, a record label under Interscope and UMG. He would go on to have a fruitful music career, onwards becoming more and more relevant with each project he dropped. In the year 2020, Tory Lanez's career was at its peak high, and just when it seemed that Tory would cross over into superstardom, his career would face his biggest attack ever, and it was seen that Tory would face a tumbling fall as the music industry had turned their back on him. Meg Thee Stallion, who was seen publicly with Tory on many separate occasions and even rumored to be dating him, came out to accuse Tory of the unthinkable. We already know what Meg accused Tory of, but still to this day, almost 2 years later since the incident took place, it still hasn't been proven true. This wouldn't matter, as it appeared that the music industry had turned their back on Tory and were clearly trying to get rid of him. Tory Lanez went from being one of the industry's most loved artists to the most hated overnight. Even though he remained firm that he was innocent, in the eyes of the public and those who ran the music industry, Tory was a guilty man. Eventually, Meg would come after Tory legally, as charges were put on Tory, and he would have to prove in a court of law that he was indeed innocent and not responsible for what happened to Meg. It clearly appeared that the worst was ahead for Tory. Now, Tory to this day hasn't been convicted of anything or even offered a plea deal. Usually when the DA doesn't offer a plea deal, it's because their case isn't solid and they don't have the necessary evidence to 100% convict the person of the crime they're being accused of. The reason for this might be because of the many inconsistencies in Meg's story. For example, Meg didn't come out the day of the incident blaming Tory. Instead, she spoke about the incident sometime after, which raises the question, why did she wait so long to speak out? Also, Meg claims that she had her back turned when the incident happened and she didn't actually see Tory doing anything to her. Then she also got back in the same vehicle as Tory Lanez after she claims Tory did something like that to her. There's also the fact that she was seen dancing and clubbing just days after having a foot injury, such as the one she claims she sustained. In my opinion, Meg's story isn't that quite believable. It just has too many holes in it. And with the lack of evidence provided against Tory, I have to say that her story just seems BS. But Tory is telling a complete different story, a story that to me sounds much more believable and explains why the industry seems to have turned their back on him before he was even found guilty of anything. See, Tory claims that the record labels have been trying to get rid of him, and this seems to be what's truly happening in my opinion. I do not find it coincidental that Tory will get accused of this by Meg just months after he refused to re-sign to Interscope Records and choose to go fully independent. It has also been said that Jay-Z offered Tory Lanez a management deal under Roc Nation, which Tory refused. If you guys saw my video on labels pushing drill music, then you should remember the label UMG, Universal Music Group. If you saw that video, then you would already know that UMG owns Roc Nation, Def Jam, and Interscope Records, the same label Tory Lanez refused to sign to. We already know how powerful UMG is, and it is one of the 3 major labels that control the music industry. See, Tory was leaving Interscope at the height of his career, which would allow Tory to make himself a lot of money. Money that if he were still signed to Interscope and UMG would have to be split, with the label taking the majority of it. Tory Lanez was walking away with millions that the labels felt that they were entitled to. This is a big problem for the labels, as this is how they make their money, off the peak success of their artists. Tory found a way to outsmart the label and is now paying the ultimate price. It also appeared that Tory wanted to remove himself from the agenda that the music industry has been using him to push. It appears that he might have wanted to change his ways and seek God. I believe this put a target on his back by those who run the industry. See, Meg Thee Stallion is a Roc Nation management artist. She is under the UMG umbrella, and as we already know, she's just another Masonic puppet. Understanding the power of the record labels is important. If they wanted Tory out of the picture, it would be as easy as swatting a fly. The label wasn't about to let Tory make all that money independently and separate himself from the oath he took when he signed that deal. So in my opinion, it seems that Meg might have been instructed to act in the way that she did and go along with a story created to bring Tory down. We all remember what happened to Meg's career after she said what happened that day. Her career skyrocketed to a level only awarded to those who best served the agenda. She received tons of praise from the music industry and has won 3 Grammys and several VMA awards. Megan became a superstar, signing lucrative brand deals with fast food restaurants like Popeyes. In my opinion, Megan was clearly being rewarded for her actions, while Tory was pretty much kicked out of the mainstream music industry and most likely blacklisted by UMG. I believe that Tory knew the Masons would be after him after he decided to go his own way. Tory knew that separating himself from the agenda would make the higher-ups come down on him, as this is what he claims himself in one of his lives.
I get a call from Rock Nation that says, yo, we heard you're gonna make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement. So I'm like, oh, okay, I don't understand what the issue of me telling my fans, like, yo, look, it's not that serious of a deal. I went to jail for whatever this is. Like, I didn't get for that 2 days why that was an issue. 2 days later, the TMZ report come out. All of a sudden, the affiliates of her circle start pointing like little subliminal fingers, like count your days and like I won't be around.
As you can hear yourself, Tory believed that Rock Nation was trying to manipulate him. He claims that they called them and tried to scare him just so that they would be able to give a statement on their part first, establishing the narrative of the story. Tory claims that this left him confused, but he knew that they were after him. He also claims that the record labels were trying to silence him, and we already know that this is a tactic used by many major record labels. What appears that had happened was that the labels were forcing Tory to sell his soul and align himself with the Masonic agenda, but Tory refused. He grew tired of being a puppet on strings and found a way out of his chains, allowing him to be free from the labels. We all know that Lucifer doesn't like it when those who align themselves with him try to leave their deals. This is exactly what Tory seems to be rapping about in his song called Praise the Most High. In the song, not only does Tory send praise to God, but he also proclaims his innocence and that he's a Christian, and tells the world that the devil wants his soul, but he has beat him. In the song, he raps, "The devil wants my soul. I beat him 1,000 times in a row. Couple weeks ago, he threw his best shots." Tory also states how the labels are after him because he chose to remain independent. He rapped, "Soon as I get my masters back, they want chatter. Now I'm independent, they won't fend it. White labels trying to turn my black folks against me." Tory knows that the labels weren't gonna let him walk away, but Tory isn't gonna go down easily, as he's standing up for himself the best way he can. He also states in the song that the Illuminati are trying to get rid of him. He raps, "But I came in here with a purpose. I ain't around for clout. Illuminati trying to get me, but I'm the one they're gonna spare like a Britney." Clearly what happened to Tory, sadly, has happened to many artists who try to escape the chains of the industry. Those who run the music industry have endless power and resources to make things happen to whoever they desire. The industry was trying to push Tory to take an oath, and he attempted to escape it and keep his soul, a decision that is costing him greatly. In the song, Tory mentions that he is a Christian, and he doesn't care if he loses it all because of it. This is sadly what they're trying to do to his career. To be a star in the music industry comes with a price that Tory is trying to avoid to pay. We all see what happens to those who try to go against the system, and sadly, some of them don't make it out. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. If you would like to further support the channel, join me on Patreon, the link would be in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you could be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a shirt, a cash prize, and even pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at TheTruthIs01 and on TikTok at TheTruthIs. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.